Hello everyone, it's Joann here from Castle Park Designs, and I'd like to show you today how to make my 3D star gift box. But before we move forward, I just wanted to let everyone know this is my first ever video, so I'm sorry if it's not very polished, but I'll try to show you exactly what I've done to make this 3D star gift box, step by step. First of all, I'm going to show you that you need 3 6-inch stars. Now, normally, if you had a star die, you could use the star die, but I didn't have a star die big enough to fit that I wanted to fit my box. So what I've used is my Cameo to cut out 3 6-inch stars.
Go.
The next piece you'll need is a 5.5-inch red star. Your next piece would be a 5-inch star cut out of your designer paper of choice. Now, to make this a 3D box, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches wide by 12 inches long. You're going to take this piece of 4 by 12 cardstock and you're going to score it 1/2 inch on either side of the cardstock. And then you're going to make score marks at every 2 inches. As you can see, once you've made your score marks at the every 2-inch mark, it is mountain and valley folded. So at that point, you're going to need to actually make your relief cuts, as you can see here, that I've done at each of the 2-inch intervals, so that your box can fold. So now that we've got some of our preparation work done, we can actually have some fun and start to put this box, star box together. So I'm just going to take away this. Our next step now is that we're going to use 2 of our pre-cut 6-inch stars. I like to actually have double layers just so that it gives some added strength to the box. So we're actually going to take 2 of these stars and glue them together. So now our next step that we're going to do is we're going to actually take the 3 remaining stars. 1, the white star, that's 6 inches, 1, the 5.5 red star, and your 5-inch designer paper star. We're going to actually layer these together, and this is going to form the front of our box. So now we have the front of our box ready, as well as the back of our box and the middle. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to take the middle of our box and we're going to start gluing the star to the box. Now I like to do this in stages. You're going to start with each tab and you're going to actually glue the points of your stars so that the middle of your star matches your score lines. And you can do this one by one. So now that we have our back assembled and our middle assembled, we now are on to attaching the front of our star box. So simply we're going to take the box and our pre-assembled front panel and we're going to go tab by tab and line up each point of the stars with the tabs, and using some strong adhesive we're going to attach them. So now that we have our box fully assembled, now we get to have a bit of fun. So here's what I did to decorate my box. There's a few options you can do. I used a flower in the center of my box. I also used a sentiment stamp. and another flower just to finish it off. Another option you may want to do, and like I said, this is something that everybody has a preference. You can embellish as you like, but another option that I thought of was that you could perhaps use a rosette. So you could simply attach the rosette to your star box, perhaps a sentiment, but that's another option. Another option that you could do is you could add a handle to your box. I cut a handle with my Cameo, and I'm just going to show you just some options on how you can attach this. You can take your handle and you could attach it front to back, or you can attach it side to side. This handle you would need to make a little longer if you were going to attach it side to side, but certainly you get the idea. So I wanted to give you a couple of options for a variation on this box. There's no reason why you have to make it a star shape. So a variation on this would be to use a die. So if you were going to use this die, for example, there's a couple of things that you need to do. You would need to measure your total width and sides of this so that you know how big to make your box. This particular die is 3 3/4 inches in length. So you'd need an 11 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. So here you would score at the 3 3/4 inch marks instead of the 2-inch marks that we did for the star box. You may not want to have your paper at the full 3 3/4. If it was me, I'd probably make it smaller than that, perhaps at the midpoint mark of the die, and at that point you would just adjust accordingly. Another fun thing that you could do with this particular die is that you could actually make this on the diagonal so that it would be more of a diamond shape, perhaps maybe a purse. You can add some die elements and add feet to make it stand up. Thank you everyone for joining me today for this fun little tutorial. I hope I'll have more for you. Maybe I'll get better at it, but I appreciate you stopping by and spending a bit of time with me. Love to see what you create with this. Like I said, there's so many options. We could be here all day. But thanks again, and I hope to see you soon, and Merry Christmas, everyone.